Wow. Sorry.
Basically, we're going to take you through a journey of Bnei Israel getting their Yehud until today, until the future. So, Medina. Hold on. Can I get over here? So we're starting off with stone, burning. And so when Hashem wants to destroy stone, he asks himself, am I really going to hide my actions from Abraham? Abraham was going to be a huge nation. Hashem says to him, you have it up here, the man Asher Yitzaved Benav, Latzadik Tolach Harav V'Shamro Derech Hashem Lasot Tzedakah Mishpat. For I have known him, and he will command his children and his household after him, and they may keep the way of Hashem to do righteous and justice. After briefing him at Tarim and the Brit Milah, Hashem plans to tell Abraham what he's going to do for stone, because he has made a covenant with Abraham. And in this pasuk, we see clearly what the Abraham part of the covenant and our mission entails, keeping Derech Hashem and doing Tzedakah Mishpat.
So here we have Yitzchak, Yaakov, Esav, and we're going to story pretty much where the brachos are split. There's a machloket over what the bracha actually was and whether or not Yaakov was justified in stealing it. It could have been power, dominance over siblings, money, inheritance, or according to Abarbanel, it was the Yehud. The fact that Yaakov received the bracha, the Korah, and became the father of the nation that would become responsible for fulfilling the Yehud, it's crucial to understanding how Bnei Yisrael received our mission and what we have to do to fulfill it. So then we go, well, I can't, but over here to Har Sinai and the journey getting there. Bnei Yisrael enslaved in Mitzrayim, and the eventual Geulah from there is an important step in our journey to fulfill the Yehud. In Brit Tarim, Hashem told Abraham that his descendants would be enslaved in Mitzrayim and ultimately redeemed. When the Geulah came and Hashem proved that what he had promised would come true, it gave Bnei Yisrael a strong reason to believe that everything else Hashem said would come true as well, including his promises for us if we are Shomer Derech Hashem. Oh wait. Those in Tzedakah Mishpat. In other words, fulfilling our mission. Additionally, the enslavement and redemption helped Bnei Yisrael become a nation, which is crucial step to Bnei Yisrael fulfilling the Yehud, as you'll see when Bnei Yisrael reaches Har Sinai.
Okay. Just turn around.
How to work this thing? How to get to zoom in or zoom out? I tried that, it didn't work.
If you change this.
There you go.
Okay, so at Har Sinai, Bnei Yisrael received the Yehud on a national level. Hashem said to them, "V'ata im shamua tishnu b'koli v'shamartem et briti v'haytu yispuam v'tantiu mamacha panim b'rosh." Now, if you listen to my voice and keep my covenant, then you will be my treasure from among all the nations, and you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Here, Hashem calls Bnei Yisrael explicitly of the mission at the hand, to keep his covenant, which we previously explained, and to become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. The covenant will only be fulfilled when both sides have come through on their part of the deal. And so too, the Yehud will only be complete when all parts would have been fulfilled. So we chose this song called Anachnu Na'amod, Because it's all about Bnei Israel receiving the Torah from Har Sinai as one nation, and that's a step towards the Eud.
Okay. So this is the next part. It's like a lot of Jewish history in a little picture. But so basically, first they're entering Eretz Yisrael. When Bnei Israel entered Eretz Yisrael, they took a major step towards fulfilling the Yehud. We are supposed to serve Hashem, be a holy nation, and ultimately an Or L'Goyim. By getting our own land, where we can be united and centralized, we show that the world that as Jews we stand together. And this first step towards building a strong, unified nation and becoming Or L'Goyim. Okay, so the second part is building the Beit HaMikdash. It was also a major part of fulfilling the Yehud, particularly fulfilling the piece of the Brit that we were supposed to be Shomer Derech Hashem. And we also must have a relationship with God. The Beit HaMikdash brought Hashem down to dwell within Bnei Israel, and it also served as a meeting place for the Sanhedrin. They met in the Lishkat the Hall of Moonstone, which was half in the Beit HaMikdash and half out. This is especially significant to the fulfillment of the Yehud, because when we accomplish our mission, we will be an Or L'Goyim, and nations will come to us for judgment. And the Sanhedrin, which sat in the entrance to the Beit HaMikdash, was the court for the Jews, and eventually the Ezra Hashem will be for the whole world. And the last part is the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948. The establishment of the State of Israel was a huge step for the Jews, especially in our modern times. The State of Israel gives the Jews a home and it provides a centralized country for the Jewish nation that we hope will ultimately serve as a central location for Am Yisrael as an Or L'Goyim. Having a control of Israel once more and having a government that functions well as a player in today's world is not corrupt and can run smoothly, even with the many existing political parties in Israel, is a huge success for the Jewish people and a big step in the right direction, including the Yehud. And we have this quote. It's on the floor.
That's it for this one. Okay. So you can read it. Start with it.
So yeah, okay. So it's I had faith in Israel before it was established. I have in it now. I believe that it has a glorious future before it, not just another sovereignty, but as an embodiment of the great ideals of our civilization, and that was by Truman. So like we have like Jewish sources telling us, but this is like from an outside source showing like how we are in Or L'Goyim.
עבדים היינו לפרעה במצרים. ויצאנו השם אלוהינו משם ביד חזקה וסורה נגד.
אלו הוציאנו ממצרים, ולא עשה בהם משפטים, דיינו.
Why have we been doing this?
We're telling the story of our past, present, and future. We, Bnei Israel, were enslaved in Egypt for 400 years.
I'm not even that old.
But the Jewish nation is that old. And we're a part of it. Hashem brought us out of Mitzrayim and did so many miracles for us. He protected us in the desert and brought us to Israel. We have to remember that and thank him for it, because it's part of our Yehud.
So our mission is to tell stories? Can't you at least tell green eggs and ham?
I am Sam. Sam, I am. Would you like green eggs and ham? I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am. But I do like beer.
Enough. Our mission is not to tell stories, but remembering our past and all that Hashem has done for us in the first step. Right now, thousands of Jews are sitting at their Seder table, telling the same stories we are. Think about how unified we must be. Our mission is to publicize Hashem and His greatness and become an Or L'Goyim.
What's that?
It means that we're a light onto the nations, or a role model for the rest of the world. Because we have such a special job, we always have to be on our best behavior. Doing something that is a Kiddush Hashem will bring us closer to fulfilling our Yehud. And doing something that's a Chilul Hashem will move us farther away.
So what does Pesach have to do with it?
We have to remember what Hashem did for us in order to keep our faith strong. Then we have to publicize those miracles within the Jewish nation and also keep Hashem's mitzvot. That's the brit that Hashem made with Abraham during his Brit Milah, and again at Stone. And the brit he made with Bnei Israel on the national level at Har Sinai.
We have to keep all the parts of our root that we keep with Hashem, and then he'll keep his part too.
Why doesn't Hashem have to keep his part first?
Because he knows we'll take the reward and run. Just like you did with your homework cookie that one time, and when I let you have it before you did your homework.
So basically, Pesach is part of fulfilling the
Exactly. Hashem gave us the mitzvah to be a guideline for our lives and to teach us how to be good people so we can successfully be a role model for the rest of the world. Because before we can publicize Hashem to the rest of the world enough, we have to recognize Him ourselves.
Oh, I get it now.
I think there's a next step.
So the way I'll word the progress line, because between now and the ideal fulfillment of the Oud, which we'll show you in a minute, we still have work to do. From the time of Abraham until now, we've made a lot of progress, but there's still a lot more progress to be done before we can fulfill our Oud.
Here is the future. Then Yeshayahu heard that Yeshayahu gives a new law of the future, that the Nephil will serve as an Orlazarian, and all of the nations will come to us for judgment, because they know that we will be fair and just. To demonstrate this, we created a gourd palm tree, the tree that she sat under when she was Shofetet of Am Yisrael. She was unique because she didn't sit in a secluded place. She sat out in the open.